be part of a whole that I can identify with.
I have independence, I have responsibilities. Each and every mission is a new adventure, it's a new issue, it's a new dimension.
It's a never-ending story. You're learning all the time.
You have wounded people who need to be evacuated to hospital. You have families who have a close relative who's missing. They don't know where he is. Is he in a prison? Is he alive? Is he dead? And to be able to work immediately and sometimes to actually also find a positive resolution is something which fills with immense energy and motivation.
You need a heart, you need an inclination towards somebody else. You need to be willing to do something for somebody else.
You need also great curiosity to find solutions to make a difference. And I think a great sense of modesty, because very often the things we're able to achieve are only part of what people would really need.
It's not enough to cry with the victims or just to feel bad or not sleeping. It's not good enough. You have to do something. You're there for the ICRC, and that's where the brains come in. You have to have a lot of knowledge. You have to have the brains to analyze the situation.
The mission that we have is to protect the life, and not only the life, but also the dignity of the victims of a conflict.
At the ICRC, you have to stay neutral. It's crucial, and you have to apply neutrality.
At the worst time for the human being, a time of war, and we feel there is no more rules anymore. I mean, there's so hatred and suffering. Everything is possible, wrong. And you decide that you're going to be this organization without weapons. We are the organization that have no strength, we have no military, we have the power of the Red Cross, of our emblem.
The mandate for our mission was given to us by the states, and the Geneva Convention is the pillar of the international humanitarian law.
There is rules in time of war. That's what the ICRC is doing, is bringing and to remind the people who have the power, who have the weapons, that there are certain limits.
We joined the organization because we want to make a difference for people in armed conflict.
It's not about nationalities, about race, about gender. It's about competences, about skill, and about values.
We have to share basic way of life, basic way of seeing what is supposed to be our work, and we have to agree on that. And then you have those different cultures, because it's a lot of life in community when you are in the field of the ICRC. Those differences are just an added value as well.
Today, if you want to be able to really provide assistance, for example, to people in contexts like Darfur, you really need to bring very, very sophisticated expertise. But this expertise needs to be brought together. That's very important. So what we expect from specialist people, from experts, is that A, they provide expertise, but B, that they are able to put this expertise in relationship with the environment in which they are.
And we function as a team. In certain circumstances, maybe the worst one, when we are really at time of war, we can find ourselves with a very small team. At that time, that's true that every expatriate or every delegate being there will be asked to do different kind of things, maybe to reunite families, maybe to go in the prison, maybe to help.
It was a tough experience because I have never experienced war. I have never worked with people that were affected by a conflict before. And I remember when I arrived in Gorazde, we drove with the Land Cruiser and the fog was rising from the Drina, the river, and all the houses were destroyed and all the people looked kind of grim and sad in a way, and it was cold and humid, and I thought, whoa, I have to stay here for a year. I don't know how I will cope with that.
Staff members can expect an equally strong commitment by the organization because we have a great concern for people's safety, their psychological and physical well-being. So we will take great measures to go as far as we can to ensure that people are safe, well supported, well prepared for their assignments.
When he arrives in the field, he will have a shelter place to live. Even there's no electricity around, he will certainly have a couple of hours of electricity and water. That's true that ICRC is very, very well organized. It's not a luxury, but it's very serious and professional. Why that? The idea is, first of all, it's a question of security. The ICRC, to do his job, have to make sure that his staff is on good health and can concentrate on his tasks.
The ICRC is well organized enough to give you also some, I would say, standards, rules that can help you to situate yourself. So yes, you test your limit, but you're not alone.
It's not so much the diploma you carry, it's more what kind of a human being you are and how you cope with the situation and how much you're capable of interacting with different communities, with different people.
If your heart is talking to you, just do it. If you feel that you would like to go to the field, to make yourself useful, if you feel that you have enough energy to overcome the obstacles of the criteria, try.